For this video, I'll be tying a PMD Hackle Stacker or Paraloop emerger. This pattern is a simple but effective fly during a PMD hatch when trout are feeding on emergers, or during a hatch when PMD duns are not working for you. This pattern is truly a killer fly when tied as a BWO sizes 10 to 22, since BWOs ride on the water surface just below for quite a while before breaking through into duns. Hence, this pattern with its slender weighted abdomen and hackle stacked yet slender thorax will float half in and half out of the water surface, much the same as a real blue wing olive emerger. My go-to fly pattern when fishing blue wing olives on the water surface. For this video, we're going to be tying a PMD larger size on a 14. Normally on the water, you'd be fishing BWOs at 18 to 22, and I fish the PMDs at 16 and 18. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is put a Tiemco 100 size 14 hook in the vise. I'm going to follow that with a bead of thread. We're using a Veevus 16-aught thread. We're going to be running a bead of thread using a jam knot to hold the thread onto the shank of the hook. I'm going to put a tail on here, and we're going to be using ice fur rusty orangutan color. You need it just a little bit. We're going to be acting as the shuck for this emerger. Probably half a dozen strands is more than enough. Flip off the tag. About half the length of the shank for the tail. Next, we're going to tie in some Ultrawire, small goal. Go ahead and build up the abdomen body, which is just a thread body for this fly, because we want it to sink into the meniscus or into just below the surface. All right, we are ready for the wire ribbon. Nice even flaps up to the thorax. Okay, we can bend the wire forward and then helicopter it off. Next, we're going to be following up with putting the CDC wing on. And we're going to be using 2 CDC feathers facing each other on the convex side. What we want to do is just stroke about 2/3 up from the bottom of the stem. Just stroke the fibers towards the bottom of the stem. Pull them very tight. Secure them on the back side of the thorax. Cut off the tag of the CDC feather. A few stragglers here. Next, we're going to be putting on a gallows tool, which comes with this J vise, which is a nice, convenient little tool to tying in paraloops. And I use kind of a 5X Tippet for the post. We can just secure that in, pull it tight, wrap it back on itself. It'll secure it. So then we're going to be using a size 16 natural Grizzly feather. For the paraloop or Hackle Stacker, trim back a couple of the fibers. Just trim it, stem down a little bit. Push the tippet up so that straight up, then we can just wrap the hackle around the tippet material, like so. This little gallows tool makes it very convenient, where you don't have to be with one hand holding the post up while you're wrapping around the hackle. It requires a little extra skill with both hands. Now we're going to be tying off the hackle. Trimming off the tag. A couple of errant fibers here. And now we'll go ahead and build a thorax with the thread. Having a completely thread body will just allow this fly to settle in the surface a little bit while the hackle is holding it above. There we go. Undo the loop, remove the gallows tool, and just fold down the tippet material. And what I like to do is put 4 loose wraps. Put my finger through the loop of the tippet, and I pull the hackle stacker or paraloop straight on top of the thorax. Pull it tight, and then I bend back the tippet and fibers. Couple and a half. Clip off the thread, and also clip off the tag end of the tippet material. I like to pull the hackle stacker or the paraloop tail straight up. And we're going to bend up the wing. And the wing length is just to the end of the shank, like so. Piece of wing. Here we have a Hackle Stacker merger. That is a PMD. It's on size 14. And we did tie a little bit larger size so that it'd be easier to see on the video. Thanks for watching.